Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see, trying to get some music going here. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Billy D. Billy D cracks me up. You're only one. Yeah, there's more than one here. Streety, funny video this morning. Hilarious. You right. You send me some good ones. Good morning, bud. Bill. Good morning, Shy. Nice to see you here. So, Bill writes to me yesterday afternoon, apologizing because he slept in. My goodness, Bill, you don't owe anybody an apology for sleeping in. You're always here first, and then the thing that people sometimes forget is you're on the West Coast. So you're getting up at 6 a.m. or earlier to be here. Right? So, give me 5 people to tell Bill, don't apologize for sleeping in. Give me 5 people. Tell Bill to knock it off. Good morning, Lynette. I'm waiting. 5 people should be telling Bill, knock it off. Sleep in, bro. Good morning. Sleep in, Billy D. It's a snooze, Bill. It's okay. They're so cute. It's like feeling all guilty. What? There's no rules. Oh, this is pretty cute. It was like it was cracking me up. He was serious too. He was serious. Good morning. A bunch of goofballs here. You just had lunch, but you're ready for a cup of tea. Nepper 13, where are you located that you just had lunch? Where are you, in Europe? Sounds like you're somewhere in Europe, perhaps. Just a wild guess. Doesn't Bill deserve to sleep? Yeah, England, that's what I figured. Thank you for being here. Good morning from Europe. From England. Laws, you and I agree on rules. You and I both agree. Get rid of those things. Just be impeccable. You don't need rules. If we could just be impeccable. We would need far fewer rules. Good morning. Al Frank Stroh. I don't know who that is. Good morning, everybody. Jamie Rain. Mark Zammern, you have an English bride. It's neat to see some people that aren't always here in the morning, but they're here now. Freddie the Hink. It was neat to see Shy here. And then, of course, we have a man from England. Nerdy, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Calico Kid, Calico Kitty, did you hit the like button? Al Frank is a singer, okay. Good morning. Nippy just covers them all in one. Okay, she just that's it. Good job, Calico. Shy, we miss you. What a pretty girl that you're, is that your girlfriend or your wife? That you posted a picture of? What an attractive young lady with an attractive young man. That would be you. I was just picking on you, Calico. Shy, talk to me about is that your wife or your girlfriend? I wasn't quite sure. And of course, you don't have to tell us either, to be honest. Yeah, I'm actually being nosy. Okay? Jesus Christ, he's out of control. Your girlfriend. I have tried to meet my girlfriend on the 4th of July. Oh, that's really cute. You're still working on old school where you ask them to be your girlfriend. That's great. Give me 5 ladies that think that's cute. See, us guys, most of us just assume it. Then we just roll from there. But when he makes it official like that, that's actually really romantic. Am I right, Lynette? Am I right, Gypsy? Am I right, Niffy? Those are the girls. They're like, yeah, you should ask. Okay? I bet Jesus Christ... Well, never mind. Good. Way to woo a woman. Oh, Aaron, that's great. Exception thinks it's cute. I do too. I don't know. When was the last time I asked somebody to be my girlfriend? Shy, I don't know. I'm feeling kind of shy right now. I'm feeling a little bit shy, to be honest with you. Wait a minute. When was the last time I pulled that one? It's been a minute. Okay. Sue, we were talking about Shy asked his current girlfriend to be his girlfriend. He didn't just assume it. He didn't just assume it. Good morning, Joe Dees. Joe, how's your son doing? Last we heard, he was recovering from a pretty big deal. How's he doing? That's great, Herbie. Good job. Good job. It'll melt off fast if you want it to. The surgery went very well. Okay. Shy, that's amazing. I love seeing pictures of you with your boys at concerts and stuff like that. Okay, Joe. So is he still, like, only drinking liquids? Is he stuck on a liquid diet right now? I feel terrible for that. I'm sorry. Every once in a while it goes through my mind. So he's in Maryland now. He's back from Okinawa. The Rock. Okinawa is called The Rock in Marine parlance. That sounds good, Joe. That sounds good. Let him know we think about him here at T, even though he may not be aware of it, but we're aware of him. 39 people, 29 likes. What can we do about pumping the number up on that one? Of course, Joe. Let him know we think about it. Okay. A little bit of a cold here, you guys. Leave your DNA on the like button. That is cute. It's a little forensic, but it's cute. Niffy, you did hear him. You've got good ears. He was outside doing his doogie, and then he lets himself in while I'm still here. But I don't have a doggy door yet. I'm gonna put a doggy door in, I just haven't gotten around to it. So he pushes, I have to leave the door just a little crack open, and he pushes it when he's ready to come back in. I still need to train him to close the door. He has no problem opening it, but he's terrible at closing it after he comes in. That's an area we got to work on. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. A little bit of a cold. Can you tell it in my voice? Can you tell? I got a little tiny situation here. Thank you, HB. He is cutie super duper duper super duper smart. Derek, you got to worry about that, don't you? You're right. And this is a very skunky neighborhood. I'm finding out. A couple of days ago, I went to take a bike ride, and there I went. And it was the middle of the morning. I think it was this weekend. And there went a skunk scooting across the street like he was a raccoon. I would rather have raccoons in my neighborhood than skunks. That's good, Joe. Do you feel like he's thinking about re-upping, or it's too soon to say? They're offering some nice bonuses depending on what your MOS is right now. They're offering some pretty decent bonuses to re-up. Nerd, I agree. They're cute from a distance. But at least a raccoon can't spray you. Okay? Lynette, you had a skunk plague. I would rather have bunnies. I agree. Tina Bolivar. Tina Bolivar. I love that last name. And I love the name Tina. My super duper good friend was named Tina. Good morning. I have to be out of here at about 10 sharp today. I can't really run long today like I always do. Okay, I'm a little bit of a long runner, as you guys know. But today I have to I have to actually take care of something right about 10:15. I got to be on the road. So I'm going to bail at about 10 today. Gotcha, Waz. Gotcha. That's great of you. We're all saying hi to Tina. Nerdy, we've been talking about that church, that Blessed Sacrament Church in Colorado Springs. You know, the one that you and I are going to do one of these days. There, Tina, you're getting donuts. We give donuts to people here. Chocolate donuts, okay? We don't give white powdered donuts. Yeah, Nerdy, Dez's church. So, I'm going to read a quick article here to you guys. Okay? A quick article. Look at everybody saying hello to Tina. You guys are so kind. Thank you for being kind to everybody new here. My cool. Good morning. You are cool. Good morning. I understand, Nerdy. I totally get being busy, believe me. It's a busy season right now. Jesus calls us the Unholy Donut Church. No, we're not. That is not our name, Jesus. No, we're the Tea Crew. Okay? Texas passed a landmark law in June 2025, supported by former Governor Rick Perry, that allocates $50 million to support research on ibogaine, which is one of the most powerful psychedelics for treating opioid addiction and treatment-resistant PTSD. Arizona passed a similar law in May, funding research on ibogaine's effectiveness for treating veterans and those with traumatic brain injuries. I'm a little behind the times on ibogaine. I've been so focused on psilocybin that I'm a little bit behind the game on ibogaine. I need to learn more about ibogaine, and I will. I have to start looking into, because it's getting big notice and seems to be working really. It has a lot of proponents. These laws come on the heels of such states as Oregon, Colorado, Kentucky, and Georgia legalizing ketamine, a psychedelic that has been used in emergency rooms as an anesthesia for therapeutic purposes in the past 2 years. They're using it instead of opioids. They're using ketamine for anesthesia and pain relief. It's a newer modality that they're using, especially in emergency rooms, as they're trying to use less opioids. Psychedelics, broadly defined as a class of psychoactive substances that alter perception, cognition, and mood through their interaction with neurotransmitters such as serotonin. Is that right, Herbie? They were even using it back then. As a medical anthropologist, wouldn't that be a neat job? A medical anthropologist. Anthropology is the study of man, right? Is through history. Medicine through history. That'd be neat. I have spent the past, this is the article author, I have spent the past 25 years studying the rise of alternative approaches to mental health treatments, and I have specifically focused in the past 4 years on the impact of psychedelics on consciousness and spirituality. Does this sound interesting to you guys? Does this sound interesting? Should I finish the article? I should finish this article. I love this kind of stuff when we're figuring out where we're going legislatively, and then you hear people that are just buried in the research and what do they come up with. Good morning, Nick. The push to legalize psychedelics in America is not new. What distinguishes the latest round of advocacy, however, is its backing by the holy trinity of supporters: scientists, politicians, and clergy. Several religious groups have historically used psychedelics for sacred healing. Some clergy who have been exposed to these medicines, excuse my cold, in the past few years are advocating for their use for gaining mystical insights. What does the science say? There are several kinds of psychedelics. Classic psychedelics include compounds such as lysergic acid diethylamide, or LSD, psilocybin, the active component in magic mushrooms, and mescaline, which is derived from peyote and San Pedro cacti. Another psychedelic is DMT, found in ayahuasca and other plants. Beyond the classic category, so those are the classics, okay? Beyond the classic category, other psychoactive compounds, sometimes grouped with psychedelics, include substances such as MDMA, a class of psychoactive drugs that can induce feelings of love, empathy, and connectedness with others. A 2021 study on MDMA. Is MDMA ecstasy? Help me out here, you kids. You rave goers. Is MDMA ecstasy? Is it the same thing? It's the same thing, right, Sarah? Right, Herbs? Every time I see it, I think ecstasy. But I've never taken ecstasy. Or really been around a group that is, not been into the ravers, or feel like it's a younger person's drug. Okay. A 2021 study on MDMA showed a 67% reduction of PTSD symptoms. Boy, that sounds pretty good. After 3 sessions of MDMA. While the study had a limited sample size, it marked a turning point in how the psychologists understood MDMA as a potential healing modality. So it's not just a party drug, kids. Dissociative agents such as ketamine, which can produce altered states of consciousness, are also included as a category of their own. Traditionally used as a medical anesthetic, ketamine has more recently gained attention for mental health treatment, particularly for its antidepressant effects. Oh boy, you've got to be careful with ketamine because a couple of these you can overdose. We go back to our psilocybin, you can't overdose. Your MDMAs, your DMT, your ketamine. Be careful of your overall use, okay? Derived from the iboga plant native to West Africa, ibogaine induces powerful visions and dreams. Ibogaine induces powerful visions and dreams. It has a long history of being used by traditional healers in villages throughout Africa to treat mental health issues such as anxiety and depression. A 2022 National Institute of Health review of 24 studies showed that ibogaine significantly reduced depression, PTSD, and opioid addiction in at least 2/3 of the 743 participants in the study. These are pretty good numbers. This mirrors the scientific evidence provided in the 2024 Stanford Brain Study, which showed an 88% I apologize for my coughing and runny nose, I apologize. But I'm hanging in there. This mirrors the Stanford Brain Study, which showed an 88% decrease in PTSD symptoms following the use of ibogaine in 30 military veterans. Mark Zimmerman, he did not. They picked a different candidate. Clergy and psychedelics. No problem. Several mental health practitioners and scientists have been staunch advocates of psychedelic-assisted therapy based on this research. What is somewhat new, however, is the addition of a handful of high-profile clergy to the list of supporters. So check this out. A recent study published by New York University and Johns Hopkins University highlights a number of religious practitioners, ranging from Episcopal ministers to Catholic priests, rabbis, and Zen monks. 24 of the 29 participants made the case that Psychedelics can lead to profound spiritual experiences. That's pretty good when you got the priest saying, hey, you're going to have some mystical experiences with this business. A May 2025 article in the New Yorker noted that several of the clergy who participated in the Johns Hopkins study went on to become vocal advocates of psychedelics as spiritual medicine. While the sample size was small and heavily composed of Christian religious leaders, the findings are still noteworthy. Some 96% of study participants described the use of psychedelics as one of the top 5 most spiritually significant experiences of their life. %96. So that's got to be, doing that gave me the most significant spiritual experience of my life. And I'm up here praying for people every day. An NIH study conducted in 2019 focused on spiritual encounters experienced through DMT. The study revealed that 75% of the participants reported an intense mystical encounter and believed that it brought them closer to the divine. They narrated the experience as one in which they saw flashes of white light, heard angelic voices, felt tingling in their body, and had an overall sensation of God's love. I'm having a hard time picturing it, but it's pretty cool. Okay? You got a bunch of priests and rabbis, there's a few Zen monks sprinkled in there, and they're all going for it. And when they're done, they're all going, you know what? I'm going to talk about that in a positive way from now on. I'm a proponent. It's pretty cool. Leaders and members of churches that use psychedelics as sacrament describe the role of these substances as facilitating a deeper connection with the divine. The psychedelics are offered at the beginning of weekly services by the religious leader, and then the congregants move into singing, chanting, or prayer. Several leaders of such churches whom I've interviewed have described the role of psychedelics as facilitating a deeper focus on God for longer periods of time. The Native American Church, which is considered the largest indigenous church in America and is located throughout the Southwest, has been legally using peyote for services since 1990. The 1994 American Indian Religious Freedom Act allows Native American churches to use and transport peyote, even though it's still considered a Schedule I substance, meaning that its use is technically illegal outside of special circumstances as provided by exemptions in the law. Congregants in the church note that they have been using natural plants like peyote for as long as they can remember. More recently, there have been a series of churches opening up across the U.S. that use ayahuasca as their sacrament. In May 2025, the Gaia Church in Spokane, Washington, became one of the first churches in America to receive the DEA, Drug Enforcement Administration, exemption for the use of ayahuasca in religious ceremonies. Congratulations. The DEA exemption makes the use of the substances completely legal for all members of the church, as long as it's taken as a sacrament and it's provided by the spiritual leaders. One shaman who runs an ayahuasca-focused church in Hawaii, whom I interviewed last year, described psychedelics as, this is a good one, as a chairlift to God. A chairlift to God. Good morning, good Arnold. Because of the number of people in his congregation who report seeing, feeling, or glimpsing, or sensing God after drinking the ayahuasca. There is no doubt that psychedelics can induce profound spiritual experiences. One priest who has become a psilocybin advocate told me. I can't picture it still. I haven't seen a priest popping a shroom in the sacristy. You know, right next to the communion wine. Haven't seen it yet, but it's pretty cool. One priest, the advocate, said, if this is what can bring people back together and back to the church, then harmonizing the way of the ancients with plant medicines, modern technology, and religion might be the way to heal societal's ills. I think that priest has got it. He nailed it. He nailed it. If that can bring people together and cause harmonizing, that's healing. That's real healing. Proceed with caution. This is the other side of the story. Although most classic psychedelics are considered safe and non-addictive, they also carry some risks. Psychedelic use can, and we know this is true, okay? They can induce acute anxiety. They can cause panic attacks or lead to paranoia. In rare cases, they could lead to a psychotic breakdown and suicidal thoughts, particularly among individuals with a personal or a family history of schizophrenia or other severe mental illness. I've seen it once. We were at a gathering and we were partaking in psilocybin, and this one lady, pretty girl, mid-20s, and she really didn't take that much. I don't think she had more than 1.5 grams or so. She went on a freak out. And we're all supposed to be watching each other and guiding each other and, making sure everybody's okay in the long run. And we look around and she's disappeared. We lost track of her. We lost track of her. It was not her first time, Joe. It was her second. And we completely lost track of girl. And we're all still doing our situation. And in the back of my mind, because I'm the one kind of put this thing together, I'm feeling ultra responsible. Like, it was probably the last person I expected to have a negative reaction from would have been her. And I can't find her anywhere in the house. Can't find her anywhere in the yard, the garage, the greenhouse. Can't find her. We're looking everywhere. Freaking out. Now I'm in recovery mode. I gotta go find the girl. And this isn't gonna be good. I'm nervous. I'm scared. And went about 5 houses. Now I'm out in the yard and in the front, and I'm looking, and I don't find her anywhere. And finally, about 5 houses down on the street, mind you, we've taken up all the parking spaces. Okay? We've taken up all of the parking spaces on the street because of the people that were over. And now I'm out and I'm starting to look in cars. Like look inside the car, is she in there? And sure enough, about 5 houses down, she was in a car. Was it her car? No, it was just one she found with an open handle door. Somebody hadn't locked the car, opens the door and climbs in, and she's fetal positioning in the front seat. And I just need to be left alone for right now. So I climb in the passenger seat, and I'm not going to leave until we're good. And so here I am. The friend is in the driver's seat, and she's waiting to come down, and I'm in the passenger seat, and I'm not going to let her out of my sight again. I'm just working with her and holding her hand, actually stroking her arm, but I don't want to get personal here. You know, you got to be careful. But yeah, I want to tell you that as rare as they may be, you have to be prepared for that. Okay, when you guys, let's be honest with one another here. As long as we're telling the truth to one another, we have to understand that there can be negative experiences. And when they are, and these people are in the negative experience, you think you're going to be stuck there forever. You lose all sense of time. You lose sense of structure. Everything's overstimulated. So be careful in there. Okay? Be careful in there. Psychedelics can temporarily impair judgment and coordination, which may increase the risk of accidents or unsafe behavior if taken in recreational settings. This was more of a recreational setting. I wasn't definitely not having a clinic. Okay? Risks can also be amplified by uncertain dosages, adulterated substances, and the absence of a certified and trained facilitator. At the time, I was neither. I'm working on it now, to be honest with you. I'm working on getting certified as a facilitator. It's not cheap. Gosh, they charge you for it. But I want to be available in a better way than I have been in the past. Okay? Most mental health practitioners and advocates of these medicines suggest that they be taken under the care of medical or spiritual professionals who have trained in administering and facilitating preparation and aftercare for the psychedelic usage. Shamans and indigenous practitioners have long regarded these substances as sacred medicines, and they use them for healing. That's me. I consider psilocybin, because that's the one I'm well aware of. It's the one that I grow. It's the one I provide. It's the one I'm incredibly experienced with. I consider it sacred medicine. Sacred. This isn't something that I play with. And when I provide it, I do have sort of my eye on it. What's going on? And I told you guys the story last week where there was somebody certainly over getting it. And for whatever their purposes was, I wasn't going to be the judge. But I was going to be the guy that I'm not going to be involved in that kind of a volume, not knowing what the usage is, what the practice is, what the guidance is. I don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask that guy to find a different provider. Modern day science is confirming some of their benefits in supporting future treatments of trauma and addiction. Moreover, the mystical experiences that these medicines offer as pathways to connect people to the divine are profound. We've experienced that at a few mush fests, haven't we, crew? It doesn't take much, a small gram dose, half a gram dose for pops. And I gotta be honest with you, it's easier for me to connect. I have a beautiful connection. We laugh and we sing and we dance and we play like children. Can you imagine us getting to be kids today again? And it's not about addiction, Bob. Studiously avoid that. And if you're about where I am. So, good article. It's fascinating to know that we are now impacting the regular foundational churches. We're starting to sneak in there a little bit, starting to tell the priest, hey, there's another sacrament out there besides that little piece of toast you give. I have 20 minutes left here. How's it, Derek? I only microdose, to be honest with you, except for when I'm in a group setting. Group setting for me. I'm just reading your guys' comments. I love reading your guys' comments because they're good and kind to each other, but they're also, you guys are sure intelligent. Makes me so happy to hang around you guys because you guys are all so sharp. Oh, yeah, you bet. This is my mushroom shirt. That's why as soon as I'm done here, I got to take this off and go do something. Michael, yes, we have made tinctures, blue juice. We've done extracts. We've done a lot of stuff here. Not so much anymore. Now I'm just straight, you know what? Just grow the shrooms, make the capsules, and provide. But I sure have done almost all of it. Don't forget, Kelly's right. We've even freeze dried foods and put the dusted shroomage in the foods. Good morning to Anna Rodakova. Anna Rodakova. That sounds Czechoslovakian or Polish. Anna, which one what's your nationality? Slovakia. That makes sense. What a pretty name. What a pretty name. We're in the book. Let's finish up today with doing a little bit of reading. Okay. Welcome Anna, you guys. And she's from London, but a Slovakian name. Welcome Anna, you guys. I'm very, very happy she's here. What a pretty name. Now she's saying it's not her account. Well, it's a pretty name on the account, okay? When you make it a strong habit not to take anything personal, page 58. When you make it a strong habit not to take anything personal, you avoid many upsets in your life. Your anger and jealousy and envy will disappear. And even your sadness will simply disappear if you don't take things personally. You can see how important this agreement is. Anna, we're a nice group. We like people. You can see how important this agreement is. Taking nothing personal helps you to break many habits and routines that trap you in the dream of hell and cause needless suffering. Has anybody here ever suffered because they took something personal? Kind of a lot. I could turn taking something into personal to like a good month's worth of suffering. I could spend a whole month suffering from one remark that I've taken personally. I spent a month in Sufferville. Isn't that silly? Isn't it silly? Why didn't they teach us, like they taught us all the other junk? Why didn't they teach us this one truth early on? Could have saved me a whole lot of suffering, you guys. It's so silly and it's so basic. Sharon, I'm suffering because I hurt a couple doctors' egos. So you said something, you feel like you hurt them, and now you're taking it personal. Okay? I don't know that that's unusual, but I don't even know. Well, I don't know. They're the ones that are taking it personal, Sharon says, not her. As long as you were impeccable, Sharon, what you said was impeccable, and there wasn't negativity, and it was kind, and it came from a place of love, how they received it is on them at the end of the day. And there is no suffering when you know you've been impeccable. As a matter of fact, it's the exact opposite. It's celebration. I'm a different person today. I don't make people suffer on purpose if I'm acting impeccably. Taking nothing personally helps you break out of many of these habits and routines. Just by practicing the second agreement, you begin to break dozens of teeny tiny agreements that cause you to suffer. And if you practice the first two agreements, you'll break 75% of the teeny tiny agreements that keep you trapped in hell. Write this agreement and put it on your refrigerator. I did this. I actually did what the author told me to do. It's not on my new refrigerator, but I had it on my old refrigerator for 3 years. Every time I went in there to get a Coke or make something to eat, anything, boom, it's right there. Write this agreement on paper and put it on your refrigerator to remind you at all times, don't take anything personally. So, I'm going to say this one to you. I want you to write it down on a piece of paper, okay? And I want you to put it on your refrigerator, okay? And I want you to take a picture of your refrigerator with the note on it. HB's doing it already. He's doing his best. And I want you to take a picture of it. And I want you to send it to the IG group chat. Okay? And I am going to go into the IG group chat tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, right here live. I'm going to go into the IG group chat, and I'm going to pick one of the people, it'll be a random draw, but one of the people that sent a picture in with this note on their refrigerator will be available to receive a pack of supplemental supplements. Okay? So, you'll get into the drawing if you provide a picture to the group showing that you put this little note on your refrigerator. Give me 5 people that think that's pretty cool. I like that idea. Give me 5 people that like that idea. Even if you can't do it because you don't have IG or something, whatever, take a picture. Okay? Billy D, you can take a picture of the old one, that's fine. But I want to see your picture on the IG group chat. If you don't know how to get there, go to Nipper Mama, and Nipper Mama will get you signed on. Okay? And then when that's going on, I'm doing it whether you get something away or not, Pops. Good job, girl. Okay. So find Nippy, get on the IG group, send in a picture of this homework assignment on your refrigerator. And if you do that, I'm going to go in there tomorrow morning and we'll scroll through and we're going to pick somebody and we're going to send them off a pack of supplemental supplements. Okay. As you make a habit of not taking anything personally, we're going to finish this chapter today. And we'll get a start on the third agreement tomorrow. As you make a habit of not taking anything personal, you won't need to place your trust in what others say. This was my saving thing right here. I stopped looking at your scorecards about me. The ones my sister said were making me sick. Because all I cared about was what my score on your card was. So I would do anything to get a high score. This is the one that made all of your scorecards go away. I only need to trust myself. You only need to trust yourself to make responsible decisions. Especially if you're acting impeccably. You are never responsible for the actions of others. You are only responsible for your own actions. I'm flaring up. I'm getting ready to get mad because someone else is mad. And I'll take responsibility for other people's crap. Not so much. I'm only responsible for mine. When you truly understand this, and you refuse, that's a huge word. Refuse. I refuse. It's like if there was a cup of poison sitting here, would I drink it? Would you? There's a cup of poison sitting right there. No, I think I'll go ahead and take a couple big swigs of that business. I refuse. And taking things personal is a big, gigantic cup of emotional poison. I refuse to ingest it. When you truly understand this and refuse to take things personally, you can hardly be hurt by the careless comments or actions of others. If you keep this agreement, I've got goosebumps right now. I literally just got a goosebump wave up my leg. Because I'm just so proud to know that we have this power. And I have practiced it to know that it works. I can still do better. But I'm getting really good at it. Good morning, Crystal. If you keep this agreement, you can travel around the world with your heart completely open and no one can hurt you. You're like an emotional Superman. Teflon, baby. Nothing on the planet can hurt me unless I choose to be hurt. I have to choose it. And we don't really think of it that way. We weren't taught that. We were taught to blame other people for how we feel. Well, of course, it's natural to feel that way. Actually, it's not. The world taught you to feel that way. It's natural to feel like a little baby filled with love. That's your natural state. So we're returning to our natural state. You can say, I love you, without fear of being ridiculed or rejected. The other day, you guys made that tape. Listen to this. The other day, you guys made that tape and sent it to me. It's beautiful. I'll hold on to that for the rest of my life. I sent it, of course, I sent it to my sisters. Look at this. This is great. Look what my crew's doing. I didn't make it about me. I made it about you guys. And my one sister wrote back. And she said, she was talking about Streety. And she looked on the screen, and Streety had said, looked right into the screen. And he said, I love you, Pops. Streety's a big, strong dude. Big motorcycle-looking guy, named UFC fighter, handsome, big, tough-looking, handsome. And my sisters said that melted their heart. She said, to see one man tell another man that he loved him with pure sincerity and authenticity was one of my sister's takeaways. Think of how beautiful that is. He was not afraid of being ridiculed or rejected. None of you were. None of you were, and many of you said I love you too, but that one resonated because it didn't fit the image. Give me 5 people that understand that. Pure sincerity. Not worrying what other people think. You can ask for what you need. Right, Greenie? You can ask for what you need. You can say yes or you can say no. Whatever you choose. Without guilt or self-judgment. You can choose to follow your heart always. My sisters aren't used to that. They're out in the world. They're still dealing with office politics and stuff. They're not used to seeing a group of people that can just overtly say, I love you, and not expect anything back. You can choose to follow your heart always. Then you can be in the middle of hell and still experience inner peace and happiness. You can stay in your state of bliss, and hell will not affect you at all. End chapter. Let me get out of here. I had a little bit of an appointment. I love you guys. Each and every one of you. It's set in there. You can ask for what you want. If somebody's in need out there, desperate need, you don't have $1, reach out to me. Let me know how I can help you. Okay? And if you, we'll leave it at that. It feels wonderful to give. You guys know that. Let me scroll out of here. Be a love machine, you guys. Be love machines. And it's amazing how you impact other people just from seeing it. They see it and they're like, ooh, that's attractive. It's attractive. Joe D's and Niffer Mama, There's my Niffy. Sue and Crystal. Keep coming around here. Herbie, HB, Sue Little Michael, Sharon. Sorry about what you went through with your doctors there. Sammy P and Nipper and Marky Z. Say hello to Lynette, to Dawn. Lynette and Joe D's. Mr. Phillips, you're the man. Derek Anderson, Catzilla, Cleany Grow. Billy D. Aaron, thank you, you do too. Sharon and April Brannon. That's not April Matthews, that's April Brannon. I know the difference. Billy D. Nippy. Great day at the gym. HP, Marky Z, Jesus Christ. Green Killer, Sarah Bear. My favorite stuffed animal. Cleany, Michael, Lynette, Sari, Aaron Green, Joe D's, Sharon, AJ, Nick Charles, Michael Patterson, AJ, I don't have any grandkids, so it can't be, I'm not your grandpa, but I love you. Michael, Don Fike, Catzilla, Marky Z, Jesus Christ, Sue Littlemeyer, Mark, Sam, Lizzie the Wazzy Wasserton, Jesus Christ in Australia, Herbie, 61 and a half minutes. I'm not that long over, but I'm out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll start working on the third agreement together tomorrow. Pops, peace, get out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow.